Hey guys, I am back. Welcome back to the normal setup here over with the whole Streamlabs thing we got going on. This is the Jake Ellenbogen live stream. I don't know. I call it a show. It's really just a part of this channel. And it's only going to be a part of this channel for tonight because Facebook's down, so this couldn't be shared over for my friends over at Facebook. Twitter decided to get rid of Periscope and put in something that's somehow even worse than Periscope. It's like Twitter media something, and I just went through it trying to get it up before this show, and that's why it took me so long. And what I just found out is basically I have to apply for it. So it's another one of those elitist programs that Twitter has. Awesome. Uh, sorry, guys. I have to get my pettiness out of the way. But welcome back. Hope everyone's been doing well. I know you guys have been watching for the most part, watching my videos, watching my live streams. We had Kyle Sloter on, quarterback for the Las Vegas Raiders. We had Blake Cashman on, soon to be starting linebacker for the New York Jets. And then, of course, we had Steve Weish on, who many of you already know. You see him all the time on NFL Network. I'm already losing my voice, so this is great. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun. We've been active on here. We're grinding. We're going to keep doing the MCU videos. We're going to keep doing sports related content, mainly football, because that's my bread and butter. And we're going to keep interacting via live stream, because if you guys didn't already see my video of how I got to 4,000 subscribers, a big part of it is because of you guys. Being so adaptive and open to the live streams and being participating and everything. It's been huge for me, huge for the channel. So I appreciate you guys so much. And so we'll get back to doing this. I was a little bit off my game last week, although still putting out content, but wasn't really going live in a sense like this. This is more of, this is how I like to do things. Obviously, when I have interviews, I do them over on Streamlabs, StreamYard, Stream whatever. I do it over on Streamlabs or StreamYard. This I do on Streamlabs, so it's different. But I feel like this is more so, more you and I, like more personal. I can answer all your questions and what have you. And since this is a dead period in the off season, probably going to be able to see all of your questions, comments, and concerns. And as we know, as the season rolls on, if it's anything like, the Stafford live stream was when he got announced to the Rams, it's going to be really hard to answer everyone's questions. So, yeah, we're going to enjoy this for what it is. I'm excited for the future of this channel, already at 4,000 subscribers. But the most important thing here, guys, is I'm not going to focus on the number. I'm going to focus on the fact that I have damn good subscribers. I have people that truly care about this channel, truly care about what I'm putting out there, and I appreciate you guys. With that said, this is, of course, brought to you by our friends over at Manscaped. You can go over to manscaped.com. You can type in promo code JKB or DTR and get 20% off and free shipping off of your order. And they got all sorts of stuff. They got the best boxers you will ever wear. First off, anti-chafing. They have ball deodorant, which I didn't know existed. So they have that, and it's great. It works well. I'm not afraid to admit that. They have a ball trimmer, which I've mentioned many times, the Lawnmower 3.0. Precision, skin-safe technology. Love it. Works very well. Grooming below the waist. And they have this new thing. It's this really crazy, it's called the Weed Whacker, and it's a nose trimmer, but the thing just works like a gem. So there's a lot of stuff out there. If you guys are interested in any of that, you can go on over to manscaped.com and you can use my promo code again, DTR or JKB, and get 20% off and free shipping. All right. So let's move on a little bit, but also let's hear what you guys have to say. This is going to be a new thing for me. I've never tried this before, but we're going to try merging the two of my channel, the two main topics I focus on, football and the MCU, and we're going to combine them. We're not going to talk about them at the same time, but this will be a show where if you guys have any MCU questions or anything like that, I do want to talk about Falcon Winter Soldier. And we are going to talk about the NFL draft. I thought it was cool. We have 2 more episodes left with Falcon and Winter Soldier, those of you that have been watching. And we have 2 more weeks before the draft. So 2 more episodes, 2 more weeks. Figured let's throw them together, see what happens. Hope you guys are enjoying my MCU content. If it's obnoxious, I'm sorry. Many people on here told me, hey, just do what makes you happy. So that's what I've been doing. And I appreciate, I've seen people like Shot by Nolan. I've seen you on, my MCU videos. I've seen you on my sports videos. Appreciate, you and everyone like you. But let's go through. Let's take a step back. Let's look at all the comments. Let's catch up with everybody. Let's see how everyone's doing on this Monday night. So first and foremost here, I already answered Liquid Flow. Hope all is well, my friend. Any Rams news on free agency lately, Paul? Well, Paul, unfortunately, not really anything. If you want to take anything away from my chat with Steve Weish, he did say, when I mentioned Adrian Peterson wanting to potentially play for the Rams, it was one of the teams that he was interested in playing for. He said he doesn't expect that to be a thing. And there wasn't anything like where I chimed in when we were talking about Troy Hill and I brought up Brian Poole. He didn't really say anything in regards to that to make me think like, oh yeah, the Rams are definitely going to go after a corner. But one thing I will say is that it's very intriguing how, of course, this is all we know, right? They could have met with multiple prospects multiple times and we wouldn't know. But right now, what we do know is that the center from Wisconsin Whitewater, Quinn Miners, is one of the 2 players reportedly that have met with the Rams more than once via Zoom. And the other one is Asante Samuel Jr., who I love, by the way. And if you guys have been following me for a while, you would know that last year when I did a way too early mock draft, yes, you guessed it, I had the Rams picking Asante Samuel Jr. in the 2nd round with that 2nd round pick. I am really curious on that. Also, you Rams fans, if you're not already, be sure to subscribe to the Downtown Rams podcast. Alexis and I just dropped episode 349 of our show today, so you can go over there after this show, take a gander. Sure, you'll find it amusing. We also talked about the NFL draft, which we'll be doing today. So yeah, just to kind of answer that question, Paul, right now, there's not really anything out there. I'm sure things will change and, things will be different. Right now, though, I would expect this to be the Rams roster heading into the draft. I don't, foresee anything changing. I think they're going to wait. And then after the draft, maybe pick up anybody that's still remaining, maybe a Richard Sherman, somebody like that. Okay. What did I think of the Lakers win over the Nets? Loved it. Absolutely loved it. I'm wearing a Lakers jersey right now. My guy, Taylor Horton Tucker, THT. So I love that. I love the fact that the Nets were, they're missing James Harden, so their fans are like, well, we were without Harden, and the Lakers were without Kuz and LeBron and AD, and it's like, whatever. But most importantly, I'm really happy that Andre Drummond, like I said on this show, ended up going to the Lakers. And furthermore, my guy, because I'm a huge Kansas Jayhawk fan, I've been following him since he was a Kansas Jayhawk his freshman season, Ben McLemore, he comes over to the Lakers, instantly has success, 17 points, 5 of whatever from downtown. The guy couldn't miss, and I'm really excited for that pickup because I knew that was going to be a nice pickup. Someone once said, you can't win. Mario Chalmers said it to LeBron, you can't win a championship without a Jayhawk. Well, he's got 2 now. He's got, Morris, Markieff Morris, and he's got Ben McLemore, so I love that. Let's see here. What's up, A Green Substance? Hope all is well. How we doing? Shot by Nolan. We are back. We are back. That's right. Let's keep that energy, right? Man, happy to be back because I don't feel like I've truly been here. Like I did those interviews and they were live, but I wasn't really interacting with you guys and I felt really bad, but I just get caught up in the moment and you guys already know. I don't think I'm telling you anything you don't know. What's up, Samuel? How we doing? What's good? 2 Sports. Henry Ford, how we doing? Rams need more picks. 6 picks is not enough. I could see a trade down. You could see it at 57. You could see at 88. I think either one of those picks are going to be traded back. Most likely probably 88 since they have 103. But who knows? I wouldn't be surprised if they trade down all 3 of those, to be honest with you. Les Snead will do whatever. Okay, so let's hold on a sec. It's going a little too fast now. It's how many picks you have. It's what you. It's not how many picks you have. It's what you do with them. Agree with that, Steven. Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with that. Go back to I don't remember who it was, Sashi Brown. That's who it was. Sashi Brown. Browns. Remember that? They had 13 picks and they somehow like flanked all of them. Like that's the thing is that, let's see. My exact thought to Steven, Samuel, better than 3, more than enough for Snead to do work. I agree with that. Wouldn't be surprised if he trades out of 57. Just said that. Trevor Robinson, hey Jake, watched the latest episode of Downtown Rams. You mentioned you believe the Rams feel really about the current roster. I feel we are taking a big step back with all those losses on defense. I understand that, Trevor. But what I will say is that this team, and like I was saying during the the Steve Weish interview, I saw someone say Sam Weish, and it totally threw me off. During the Steve Weish interview, I was basically pointing it out, and he agreed with me. This team finds talent in all different nooks and crannies. When you look at how they acquired Darius Williams, he is now one of the top corners in the league, and they got him for a bargain. They got him because the Ravens actually got him. They were the ones that got him as a UDFA out of UAB, and ultimately they had to try to sneak him on the practice squad because their guy Jimmy Smith came back. Well, the Rams, of course, pounced on that. They did the same thing with Marquis Christian. After Arizona spends a 5th-round pick on Marquis Christian, the week before they play Arizona, they pick him up before they can sneak him on the practice squad. You look at Raymond Calais, 7th-round pick, Tampa Bay, out of Louisiana Lafayette, they go and they scoop him up, and now they have a 7th-round pick that they didn't have prior. They did the same thing with Blake Countess, who I believe was a 5th-round pick from Auburn. With the Eagles. So they go out, they scoop him up. Rodney McLeod, was a UDFA. Corey Littleton was a UDFA. They have all these ways of finding talent that, look at Austin Corbett. That was a big time trade, but they didn't really give up a whole lot. And he's really worked out for them. So in the 33rd overall pick, and I think the 2019 draft, I think it was 2018. So that's my point, is that, Trevor, I totally understand with what you're saying, but I do think the Rams feel like they can find talent, and they're not necessarily worried about what they have to work with. I think they actually like what they have to work with. So I'm not worried either, but I understand with what you're saying. I doubt Samuel falls to us. Yeah, Samuel's a hell of a corner. He's going to be in my top 4 at the very least, maybe top 3 corner in this draft. He's great, and I really like his ball hawking ability. I like the fact he can mirror wide receivers pretty easily, fluid hips. He's got good hands to the point where, if he does get his hands on a pass, I do think he's going to pick it off. And he's got that bloodline I love. So, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't fall there, but I do like him a lot, and I hope, they have I hope they have a lot of options at 57 and 88. That's all I can ask for. I do think somebody like Jordan Smith might fall into their lap if they want him because he didn't test all that well. I'm not really worried about the testing. The film shows to me that Jordan Smith would be a nice fit. I'm not worried about it at all in a draft where there's not a ton of great pass rushers. Jordan Smith, to me, his long-term potential, I think, is up there with the best of them. And, I love that size, and he fits the archetype of a Rams pass rusher. They already said that they don't really care about the 40 times. 3-cone drill, are we really going to sleep on that? Are we really going to overemphasize that? Because the last time we overemphasized 3-cone drill, if you remember, DK Metcalf fell in the draft, which was asinine. DK Metcalf is a generational wide receiver and shouldn't have gone in the 2nd round. I can tell you that much. Let's see. We don't need cornerback. We need inside linebacker to stop the run. So with that, I think that you could argue, whereas Zeke, that you could argue that you definitely need an inside linebacker, and I agree with you. But what I will say is that I do think cornerback is a need because I'm not 100% sold on David Long, unless you are. I'm certainly not. I'm all for going out and getting a corner. I would mainly draft an inside linebacker with my first pick because I look and how can we make this defense better despite losing John Johnson? To me, that answer's right there. It's right in the clear. It's getting an inside linebacker that can go sideline to sideline, can, cover the best of the best, and things like that. You want a guy that can change the game, a Deion Jones level guy. You saw what Devin White can do, Levante David. Those guys are freak athletes. Bobby Wagner. You see what the difference makes when you have a linebacker that caliber. So that's kind of where I'm at there. Devin Bush is another one for the Steelers. As soon as he went down, they had problems. So let's see here. Shout out St. Louis Rams fans for our loyalty. Yeah, I mean, my co-host used to live in St. Louis, Alexis. So always shouting out, the St. Louis fans. Anybody that's still sticking with the Rams that's in St. Louis, appreciate you. Appreciate you following Downtown Rams. Appreciate you following the content here. It's awesome. Let's see. I'd be too hyped for Samuel Jr. and Horns, FSU bias. Hey, man, it's not just FSU bias, man. Shot by Nolan, he is a great corner. It's not just, hey, he played for my team. It's, hey, this guy's damn good. He would make a big-time impact on that roster. Samuel, hey, Jake, there's another linebacker prospect, Rashard Bird, 6', 230 from Georgia Southern, and edge rusher prospect Noah Curtis, 6'6", 265 from FIU. Haven't heard of them, but I will write them down. You always come at me with, these draft gems, guys that I haven't really heard of. And normally I would have. I feel like I'm not quite into the draft as much as I have been in the past, trying to change that, of course. But, yeah, I mean, I'll do my best to look them up for sure. Let's see. The Rams always seem to draft a few years in advance. The Rams seem allergic to taking inside linebackers, not named Micah Kaiser. With many of our inside linebackers becoming FA or RFAs soon, is this the year that changes? I absolutely do think this is the year that changes, Ken. And thanks for emailing me earlier. I appreciate that. It was, awesome to hear that story. But, I absolutely do think it changes because I think now you have a guy, in Raheem Morris that, look, he's been around Deion Jones, but I'm not going to get into it with that. I think having that little bit of a, that familiarity of running Tampa 2, I think he knows the importance of having a linebacker that can cover the deep zone. And so for that reason, I look at that and I think, they could definitely go after an athletic linebacker. And to be honest with you, I love Troy Reeder. I think he's really good for what they have, but Troy Reeder, Kenny Young, Traven Howard, Micah Kaiser, Christian Roseboom. These guys to me are part of a rotation. I don't think they're a true, I think if you guys, you go out and you get like a Dylan Moses or like a Jabril Cox or a Jamin Davis, Cameron McGrone, though I think all four of those guys have Pro Bowl level talent. And so that's kind of where I'm at on that. Cameron McGrone tested better than I expected, and I think he takes the best angles in the draft. So, and I will say this. I've already probably mentioned it, but I have to say it again. There was a TikTok that came out, and I can't even say that without laughing, but there was a TikTok that came out about basically trashing Dylan Moses and how he didn't care and, his effort level. And what I'll say of that is that Dylan Moses does care. He played with a torn meniscus last year, folks. So if you look at the tape last year and notice that the severe drop off, he wasn't healthy. He was playing hurt, and he had to because they were going to, obviously take him off the field, and he felt he wanted to keep playing. So I think that's incredibly impressive that he did that. And I don't think that should be knocked on him. I think the fact that he went out there, played with a torn meniscus, says a lot. And so, I think these 1 minute clips, I just think don't tell the full story. Dylan Moses is 100% a second round pick and probably a first round pick if healthy. So that's my take on that. Let's see here. Who's going? Oh, here we go. YouTube. Jeez. Who's going to be our center this season? Good question. I think they should sign Austin Reeder personally because I wouldn't draft a center in the second round. Not with all the talent that's there. And I do think going out and getting a guy like Dylan Moses is better than drafting a center when you could just sign Austin Reeder, who didn't allow a sack last year. Okay. So why is Richard Sherman hasn't signed yet with a team yet? Is he waiting on the Rams? Maybe I know he really likes Stafford. So Richard Sherman is not signed because when you get to this point in the off season, in free agency, when you get close to the draft, these veterans, they're either going to wait it out for a better deal, or teams are going to wait on them, as they fill out their roster. So I'm sure there are teams trying to sign him, but I think it's also a combination of that and the fact that he honestly wants to just, what was I going to say? He honestly just wants to, get to the right fit and wait until, these rosters are put together. And I can't blame him on that. So I think that's how that goes. Sneed and Company are UDFA specialists. Totally agree with you there. Hey, Jake, what did you think of the Sam Darnold trade to the Panthers? Loved it. I didn't love it for the Jets, but I understood it for the Jets. Look, you have a guy that's a fifth-year option. That's a lot of money to bank on with Sam Darnold. And if he outplays that, it's great. You got the fifth-year option, but if he doesn't outplay that, then you're paying him $18 million and you're stuck with that. So, I think it was kind of a lose-lose situation for the Jets with that fifth-year option coming up. If it was a year earlier, I don't think they trade Darnold. But since it was right before they have to decide on the fifth-year option, the trade made sense to me. You look at Carolina and what you're getting for Sam Darnold is, first off, you're getting Joe Barry, Joe Brady. Joe Barry is the defensive coordinator for the Green Bay Packers. But Joe Brady is somebody that I really like. First off, you go back, you look at what he did with Joe Burrow at LSU. I was the one pounding the table for him to go to the Cincinnati Bengals. Unfortunately, I know Zach Taylor, liked by Rams fans. I felt like the Bengals should have moved on from Zach Taylor. They should have picked up Joe Brady, had that familiarity with Joe Burrow. I think Brady's going to be a big-time coach in this league. And so, I think first off, you're getting him. You're getting Matt Rule, a guy that changed the culture at Temple, changed the culture at Baylor, obviously did something at Temple because you had guys that were willing to transfer over to Baylor. And furthermore, I can add on to that, Hassan Reddick signed with the Panthers this year to play with Matt Rule when he was at Temple. That was the second job, or second to last job that Matt Rule was at. The last job was Baylor. So that says a lot. So you're getting an awesome coach in Matt Rule. There's a reason why he was a coaching candidate for years. You're getting Joe Brady, an offensive mind that's going to help Darnold out. You're getting a defense that continues to get better. Like I said, they go out and get Hassan Reddick. They have one of the best young pass rushers in football in Brian Burns. And they just grabbed a guy that we've been talking about, A.J. Boye, in the back end of their secondary to go with Dante Jackson. So I do like what, especially with Jeremy Chin as well. So I really do like what the Panthers are doing. You also have guys like Shaq Thompson, Bravion Roy. I really do like what the Panthers are doing on the defensive side. But then when you look at what offense Sam Darnold is going to have when you're throwing to Robbie Anderson again, a guy that he threw to with the Jets. They had, a familiarity with and connection. But on top of that, you have DJ Moore, who's becoming one of the better young receivers in football, and a very underrated pickup in David Moore, who they got from Seattle. To me, I think it's a great fit for him. Maybe go out and get a tight end, a security blanket for Sam Darnold. Then you have, Christian McCaffrey, an offensive line that they did a nice job keeping together. They did franchise tag Taylor Moton, who I really liked out of Western Michigan a few years back. So, I really do like the direction the Carolina Panthers are going in. And albeit I know that they were going all in for Deshaun Watson, and clearly that's way up in the air. I think Sam Darnold is a really good consolation prize, and he's still only 23 years old. So if you want to sleep on this kid, I think I've seen him. I'm a USC guy, and I obviously Bama and Kansas, but I watched the Rose Bowl, and I was sold on him. I was sold on Saquon. I was sold on Chris Godwin in that game. I was sold on Juju Smith-Schuster, and I was sold on Sam Darnold, and I continue to be that way. Sam Darnold had an offensive coach that literally his biggest achievement is the 55 touchdown season with Peyton Manning. Obviously, it's record setting, but it's also Peyton frickin' Manning. Why are we giving Adam Gase credit for that? So that's my thing. I think Adam Gase and that organization held him back, in my opinion. I had Blake Cashman on, the linebacker for the Jets. I mean, he was very complimentary of Sam Darnold, and obviously he didn't sound happy to let him go. Obviously, it's a business. He understands that, but he really, it sounds to me like the locker room really was okay with Sam Darnold being the starter. I mean, I think they really liked him. So likable guy. Obviously what he did at USC, he's already felt that, adversity. So now I think he can really make something happen in Carolina. So I love the trade for Carolina. The Jets, obviously, they're going to go out and get Zach Wilson. It's pretty much set in stone at this point. So, yeah, that's that. Okay, let's go and see if we can find, okay. So yeah, Paul, that's what I thought about the Sam Darnold trade. Appreciate you guys smashing that like button for me. It really does help the algorithm. It's going to spread this out to more people. As you can see, more people are joining. We're getting more and more, viewers. And that happens because when you guys hit that like button, it's going to allow YouTube to push it out and be like, hey, Jake is talking right now and people are liking this, so we're going to spread it out to people. But actually, the thing it can counteract, and I'm just kind of telling you guys about the algorithm a little bit, it can counteract if you guys don't ever hit the like button, because if you don't hit the like button, then YouTube basically says, wow, his own subscribers aren't even liking his videos, and then that pushes me down. So just, if you guys really like, you want to support me, you love what I'm doing, just hit the like button. It really helps me out. I don't want to beg or anything like that, but I do appreciate when you guys do that. Also try my best here. It's weird. My voice is on a weird plane where like it's losing itself, but it's also kind of maintaining. So we'll see how long I can go. How do you hit the like button? It's going to be the thumbs up button. It's going to be well, you guys can see me. So it's going to be below the video, and you'll see the thumbs up button. You'll also see subscribe and probably join as well. Join is the membership, $4.99 a month if anyone's interested. And then the like button is just the thumbs up. Let's see here. Jake, in the DTR podcast, you said the Rams might be interested in Samuel because maybe they don't see signing D. Will long term. Why? I think they want him because they are not confident behind what's behind D. Will. No, I agree with you there. I could see that. If Samuel comes out, has a monster season as the slot guy, or like Darius Williams goes down or something. I don't like Darius Williams is only signed to that restricted tender. So that's not guaranteeing him for the long term. So, as an older cornerback, I think he's 28 years old. I could see them moving on if, he blows them away and then they like David Long. That was kind of my point on that. I'm not saying they will, and I don't want them to. I got a Darius Williams jersey, so I don't want them to move on from him. Appreciate you, Shot by Nolan. Jake, do you think there's a player like Aaron Donald this year draft and the Rams could get? Paul, I got to tell you right now, there's been drafts before where there have been guys that have stood out to me. This is not a draft if you're looking for an interior defensive lineman that changes the course of the game. But when you're talking about Aaron Donald, I've never seen a player like Aaron Donald. There's not a comparable player to Aaron Donald. Before Aaron Donald came in the league, I compared him to Geno Atkins. He's far surpassed Geno Atkins. It's not even close. He's in his own level, and I think right now, despite not having a championship, because I know how much people care about rings, Aaron Donald is the best football player I've ever seen in my life, and there's a chance he's going to be the greatest player of all time. There's just a different tier for him. He's so dominant. I've never seen anyone to compare him to, So that's kind of my thoughts on that. Chauncey Golston from Iowa, Wyatt Hubert from K-State, edge rushers I like for the Rams. Yeah, they met with Golston. I know that. Yeah, that's definitely... There's Ellerson Smith from, I think it's Northern Iowa. Could be wrong on that. He tested very well. I don't look just at the testing, but I did like some of his film. I didn't get through all of it, but, he's another option there. 80s do not grow on trees. You are absolutely right. Did you hear what the Broncos offered for Stafford? They won't get him in 2 years, but the Rams will keep him and they will have a new contract ready for him. Yeah, I did. And the Broncos, I just think they were putting out an offer, and if it worked, it worked. If it didn't, it didn't. To me, that tells you that I don't think they're entirely sold on Drew Lock, obviously, but I don't think they're entirely sold on moving on from Drew Lock. So we'll see. Personally, I wouldn't move on from Drew Lock. I think he's got the talent. I think, first off, his first year, he didn't really start. His second year, and until the end of the year. And then his second year, he has a shoulder injury early on. The Steelers game week 2 wasn't the same. Lost his number one target in Cortland Sutton. You had Von Miller, who was out on the defense. There was all sorts of injuries. He didn't have a stable running back. You had Melvin Gordon, Philip Lindsay. I mean, I'm not trying to make excuses for Locke, but like, have we really gotten to the point where, like, if a guy in the second round doesn't pan out, and like, so you barely start him his first year, and then his second year, which is his true rookie year, he gets hurt week 2, and we're already done with him? I just can't subscribe to that notion. So I feel like we're giving up on guys like Drew Lock way too quickly. And you guys know, I believe the quarterback ecosystem is dead. It's broken, whatever you want to call it. So, I mean, I'll always be on that side. But I know Drew Lock commands a room, man. I saw him interviewing in person at the Senior Bowl. The guy has swagger beyond swagger. So that's a guy that, players will want to go to bat for. And I just think you give him a full season and see what happens. He's going to have Cortland Sutton back. He's going to have Jerry Jeudy. He's going to have KJ Hamler. He's going to have Tim Patrick, Deshaun Hamilton. Then you have Noah Fant, and he's going to have his guy Albert O healthy again. The offensive line has been retooled. And now you go out, you get Mike Boone, who I think is going to help the run game. There's going to be more solidified there. And I also think they're going to draft a guy, because they'll have Mike Boone, they'll have Melvin Gordon, and I think they'll draft a guy. Their defense is going to be good because they're going to have Von Miller back. They're going to be relatively healthy. So, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't, sleep on Drew Lock. I don't think he's done. Let's see here. 1999 Super Bowl team had 4 good linebackers: Mike Jones, London Fletcher, Todd Collins, and Charlie Clemens. You are right. That is very true. Jordan Smith can be the next Julius Peppers, both edge rushers who are 6'6", 6'7" tall guys. I'm going to stop you there, because Julius Peppers was a freak athlete. I believe he ran a 4.5. He was unbelievably talented and unbelievably athletic. Jordan Smith is not the athlete that Julius Peppers is. Julius Peppers also, I believe, played basketball. So it's so hard to compare the two. But I do think Jordan Smith is going to have a really good career. Yo, what was that TikTok? I was mad it ended up on my 4D page. Shot by Nolan. I don't understand what you're saying there. I kind of do. You're up on your page or my page? I don't know. I'm just messing with you. Yeah, that TikTok kind of pissed me off. I'm not gonna lie. It's very lazy scouting. I'll just leave it at that. Rams' current linebackers suck. I'm sorry. Haven't had a real good linebacker since Roman Pfeiffer, London Fletcher, and James Laurinaitis. Hey now. No. Corey Littleton. Come on, put some respect in Corey Littleton's name. He's a good linebacker. Okay. Let's see here. Jake, do you think Deshaun Watson will stay in Houston since his legal troubles? Good question. I don't know what the hell to make of Deshaun Watson right now. Some scary stuff. Hope none of it's true. Hope he's squeaky clean, but I don't know. And I've kind of pledged myself on this channel to not talk about the legal issues. I'm not TMZ, so I'm not going to get into that. If you guys have any questions on that or whatever, I'm not your guy, because I don't dive into that stuff. This might sound bad, but I don't care enough about the TMZ Deadspin like content. I'm all about giving you guys true content, whether it's analysis, film watching, etc. Like, the only breaking news stuff I'm probably going to put on here is MCU stuff and like Ram stuff and like transactions, but I'm going to focus, like, I'm going to take my attention off of all of that. We'll mention it here and there, of course, but I'm not going to focus too much on, like, law related things, because that's not my area of expertise. And I feel like that's just dumbing me down in a sense, where I could give you better content with things that I know. Again, no offense with that. I'm just saying that's exactly why I don't talk about the Deshaun Watson thing a lot. Might as well go scoop Reader. Agree with you there. I have Brian Burns on Madden Ultimate Team. He's a 90, but plays like a 92. Straight beast. Oh, yeah. Brian Burns is awesome. He was my number one. Fun story. He was actually my number one pass rusher in that draft, even over Nick Bosa. So there's that. Did Antonio Brown sign anywhere yet? He did not. What will have to what will happen to Teddy Bridgewater? Well, I think there's three options here. You have the Texans, you have the Bears, and you have the Patriots. And personally, I think he starts over Cam Newton if he goes to New England. I think he starts over Nick Foles or an Andy Dalton over in Chicago, and then he's going to start over Tyrod Taylor absolutely in Houston. So Teddy Bridgewater, man, he could play. And there were a lot of times last year where, they got to the fourth quarter and you liked what you saw, but he just made too many unnecessary throws towards the end of games, but they were always in it. And that's the thing. Like, that's what shows me. Like, Carolina, I think, is going to make the playoffs this year with Sam Darnold. Okay. Now, Jake, how do I hit the like button? Did I already answer that? I think I did. YouTube's being all weird, showing me the same comments again, so I hope I don't repeat this too much. What's up, Mark? How we doing? What's up, Jody? What is the latest on Clowney? Clowney is meeting with the Cleveland Browns. That's all I know. What's up, Kellen? How we doing? There might not be another AD for a long time. Agree with you there. I am looking forward to seeing J.J. Watt going against Aaron Donald twice a year. It will be fun to watch. AD is one of one. AD isn't human. I don't know what he is, but there is another. There won't be another AD for maybe 11 years. Browns are heating up. Jake with the fresh cut. Say what? How'd you know? Yeah, I just got my hair cut 3-4 hours ago. Now, guys, here's a life hack, like a legit life hack, because I'm so tired of hearing, "Ooh, life hack! I can, instead of paying $10 for a iPhone charger, I can create one with my bare hands." No, no, but. Okay, not a life hack. I actually kind of hate that term. But what I will say is if you guys are ever feeling kind of down, like mentally or something, I find like what refreshes my mindset or kind of restarts me or gets me ready for the day or the rest of the day is a fresh cut. Going out and getting a haircut, just that clean feeling. And I don't know, it changes your mindset. Maybe it's just me, but you feel good when you like how you look. You feel good. You're confident. I'm confident no matter what because I have you guys, and I'm a talker. Let's be real here. What you see on this camera is exactly how I am all the time. I talk a lot. I talk my dad's ear off. I talk my mom's ear off. I talk my sister, my brother, my friends. I'm a talker. Okay, so this is perfect for me. But yeah, I just think it's one of the things, like if you're ever feeling like you're in a rut, get a haircut. I didn't try to rhyme that, but it rhymed. So let's see. Jake, what do you think on how Deshaun Watson will do this? Deshaun Jackson, sorry. I think Deshaun Jackson's gonna have a good year as long as he stays healthy. I think he could have a 10 touchdown, 600-yard season. Wouldn't be surprised. Teddy Bridgewater will be a nice competition for Drew Lock. Oh, that's an option. There are reports about Clowney having a second meeting with the Browns. I know you picked the Chargers to come out of the AFC, but I see the Browns being the team to beat. They're loaded. And you're absolutely right, Trevor. They are loaded. I'm sold on the Chargers because one thing with the Browns is that, Baker Mayfield's good, but Baker Mayfield isn't elite. And I think Justin Herbert in the next 5 years could be the best quarterback in football. I think there's a potential there. I'm not saying he will be because Patrick Mahomes is amazing. Aaron Rodgers is amazing, although 5 years from now, maybe he won't be, but I just think, especially with this potential Deshaun Watson thing and him completely falling out of the NFL, depending on how this goes, Justin Herbert to me is like that next guy. Like I see him ahead of Joe Burrow right now. I see him ahead of Lamar Jackson. Like he's got it all. So if things continue the way they are, they go out and they get Corey Linsley in the offseason, and they continue to build onto that offense. They have one of the most underrated receivers in the game in Keenan Allen. I like where they're headed. And to be honest with you, I know that probably pisses off some Rams fans, but give credit where credit's due. Justin Herbert is the real deal. Absolutely is the real deal. Let's see here. Jake, will there be any more average movies in the works yet? What do you mean by that? Avengers? Great question. So we got Avengers Endgame as the last one. I'm imagining there's going to be a West Coast Avengers potentially, a Dark Avengers potentially, a new Avengers and a young Avengers. Here's the thing. There's going to be another Avengers movie. But one thing I will say is that the Avengers movie you're getting is probably going to be the Multiverse of Madness. So I will say this right now, okay? The Multiverse of Madness is already confirmed to be like an Avengers level movie. It's kind of like Civil War, where like, okay, Captain America Civil War wasn't an Avengers level movie, but the fact of the matter is that it didn't have to be. It didn't have to be called Avengers. It had all of those characters. Let's be real here, Winter Soldier, those movies to me, like, they're Avengers level. So when you look at Multiverse of Madness, that is going to be nuts. And there's all sorts of reports out there, rumors about Sam Raimi, who is directing that movie, who directed the original Spider-Man trilogy with Tobey Maguire, is going to finish what he started with that the fourth movie of that trilogy. So that is going to be very interesting. For those of you that know, I'm a big Tobey Maguire fan, big Tobey Spider-Man fan, big Sam Raimi fan. That dude is a genius, great filmmaker. And I think that, I don't know. I think that if that happens and they keep Tom Holland doing his thing, maybe you give Andrew Garfield a third movie. I wouldn't mind it. I mean, the thing with the multiverse is it resets everything and it puts you in position to do whatever the hell you want. And on top of that, keep this in mind, the snap, because it's been 5 years. We've never gotten confirmation whether or not Miles Morales was lost in the snap or not, but they shouldn't be, because it's a golden opportunity. If he wasn't lost in the snap, he grew 5 years older. That's 5 years closer to seeing Miles Morales on the big screen. So I think Miles Morales is going to be introduced either in the new Spider-Man movie coming out at the end of the year in December, or Multiverse of Madness, but they have so much to play with. And Kevin Feige said it best. They have material for the next 10 to 20 years. Like, they are good. And that was before X-Men and Fantastic Four and their rights, they received their rights. So it's a pretty big deal, I would say. Just to answer that. Okay, let's... I love this. You guys are giving me all the topics. I don't have to make up any topics. I'm just telling you my thoughts, and you guys like it. Cool. This is great. This works for me. Okay. Hey, Jake, curious if you think the Rams will be able to claim the number 1 seed and host playoffs in SoFi to the Super Bowl. What's up, Peo? Everyone go follow Peo Time. He's also another Rams YouTuber, trying to get that community going, obviously. He reached out to me yesterday, on that video I did, 4,000 subscribers. Just go give him a follow or go give him a subscription. Good dude, and he's going to be on the rise because, he knows his stuff. So the number 1 seed, I absolutely think they can claim it. I know Tampa is going to be a tough out, but I still think that they can beat out Tampa. That's just kind of where I'm at on that. So good question there. Troy Reader has potential. I'm a fan of him even more after his 3-sack game last year. Needs work in coverage. He's gotten better in coverage, and I agree with you. I'm a fan as well. Interviewed him, so he is a friend of the show. So keep that in mind. Troy Reader's my guy. What's up, D-Smooth? How we doing? Shining, my guy. That's how I knew. I didn't know my hair was shining, but appreciate it. Jake, are you the only Rams fan in your family? Absolutely not. I got my father, who was the next door neighbor of Jim Youngblood growing up. So there's that. My brother, who's a big Rams fan. And then that's where kind of it stops. My mom and my sister would obviously root for the Rams, but they don't follow it, if that makes sense. So, I watch all the Rams games with my dad and my brother. Otherwise, I'd be on here doing live, streams while we're watching. Someday I will. But that's, not here, not right now. But I will say this. For those of you that are wondering, I am going to be doing... So, with the AJ show, we're going to be switching that to Sunday when the season starts. Adam and I will be doing Sunday coverage of the NFL, Sunday morning. I think it's around 10 we'll do. Then we'll do it from 10 to 12. We'll get home. I might do a live stream on top of that for this channel before the game and then after the game. So we're going to do Rams stuff here. We're going to do NFL stuff here. We are going to keep that going. So don't worry. I'm going to keep the live streams going. They're just going to be more in full force during the season because there's going to be so much to talk about. You're going to get sick of me. I might literally live stream every day during the season because the season will give me so much content to talk about. I won't have enough time. Plus, that's not even factoring all the MCU stuff I could talk about. I know some of you are rolling your eyes right now, but for real, you have the Spider-Man movie, you have the Eternals, you have Black Widow coming out, you have Venom, There Will Be Carnage, which, by the way, if you look on IMDb, Venom, There Will Be Carnage, Tom Holland is a credited actor on that, okay? I don't know how big of a role he will have, but Spider-Man is going to be in that from what I have gathered. I don't know. Maybe I could be wrong. That was odd. So, there's all that. You get all those movies. Shang-Chi and the 10 Rings. You have I'm going to be doing Loki videos. Going to be doing videos on Hawkeye. I don't think She-Hulk comes out this year. So, I think Miss Marvel does. So, I'm going to be doing all that stuff. But I'm excited. Okay, I think the Rams give Stafford a 2-year extension, but still draft a young quarterback next year in 2023. Sit and develop for a year so he can be ready because Stafford has had recent history of recent injuries. I could see that. Meditation is great too, Jake. I agree. This stream's cracking me up. Hopefully that's not a good. Hopefully that's not a bad thing. Hopefully it, you're enjoying it. Green substance. Jake, I read Spam's sister wants to sell the Chargers. They were in financial trouble. Have you heard anything on that? I have not. That is interesting. I could care less about the Chargers, but Justin Herbert is a stud. I cannot front. He's the real deal. Herbert helped me in fantasy in a big way last year. Yeah, Herbert's awesome. There is a movie talk that all 3 Spider-Man actors will be in the new one, I heard. Paul, 100%. That is guaranteed. Don't listen to anybody that's saying that it's not. It is guaranteed. I'll tell you why. First off, okay, Tobey Maguire. His Spanish voiceover, the guy that did the Spanish voiceover for the first Spider-Man movie, the bunch of the Spider-Man movies, he is confirmed. So right then and there. There have already been people that have said they've seen him in costume. So there's that. And obviously, he's hard to miss. And then Andrew Garfield, his stunt double is literally there. Tobey Maguire's stunt double's there. It's so obvious. It's the worst kept secret I've ever seen in my entire life. They are 100% going to be it. The question is, will Miles Morales also be in it? And will we get Topher Grace as Venom coming back from Spider-Man 3 in the multiverse? Because we've already confirmed Doc Ock. Okay, we've already confirmed Norman Osborn. And, they died. So if they are coming back, then why can't Topher Grace's Venom come back? I don't know. I think that could be a potential there. Let's see here. Who's better, Tannehill or Herbert? I go with Herbert. Herbert's a stud. I got love for a lot of Chargers players. Now, the fans, not so much. What fans? I had to. I don't think we need to draft a quarterback. I think if, God forbid, Stafford got hurt, I think Wolford is promising. Agree with you there, Nick, BVF. I think Wolford would be the guy if Stafford got hurt. Really appreciate the shout-out. Absolutely, Paleo Time. You keep grinding, my man. Love that profile pic, Paleo Time. Yeah, I do too. That's pretty dope. It's been a few Easter eggs for Young Avengers already. Feige plotting something. Yeah, Kevin Feige's always plotting something, my guy. First off, they introduced Patriot in Falcon Winter Soldier, which was brilliant. Isaiah Bradley, his grandson, right? They introduce him. They introduce Wiccan and Speed in WandaVision. They introduce we already know Ironheart's coming. They've already confirmed that's going to be a thing. So Ironheart, She-Hulk, Miles Morales, they've already shown that he's in the MCU because Donald Glover, who is playing Aaron Davis, his uncle, talks about Miles. So he is confirmed in the MCU. Yeah, the Young Avengers is 100% happening. I cannot wait. Jake, the mid-season workouts for the Rams are? Do you know when the mid-season workouts for the Rams are? I do not, unfortunately. one way I would think the Rams to go to the Super Bowl is if we beat the Bucks. Yeah, I think that might be the NFC title game, Rams-Bucks. I would not be surprised if that's the case. Do you think who plays She-Hulk in the movie coming out? She-Hulk is going to be a TV series, but I can tell you right now, after a quick Google search, because I don't know her name off the top of my head, who's going to play She-Hulk? It's, okay, not Jessica Gao. She's the one that is created. She created it. It's Tatiana Maslany. She is playing Jennifer Walters. And she is, okay, so she's no, she's not my age. That's your active. No, she's 35. Okay. She is not my age. Okay. So she is, let's see, anything I know, the other half, Two Lovers and a Bear. She was in The Vow. If you guys know that movie. For the most part, I'm not really familiar with her, but I'm sure she'll do a great job because MCU, they really do a nice job of casting. She's a Canadian actress. Orphan Black was a thriller television series from 2013 to 2017, which won her a Primetime Emmy Award in 2016. So that is who is going to be playing She-Hulk. Also, Tim Roth is reprising his role as Abomination. If you guys remember, Tim Roth was in the Incredible Hulk in 2008. And Bruce Banner is going to, of course, be played by Mark Ruffalo. He is confirmed for that. So we'll get Hulk back because it does seem like where is he? So yeah, there's that. The She-Hulk series is coming out. Looks like 2022. So that is where we're at on that. 2022 is when you can expect that. Okay. By the way, the Thunderbolts, if you guys don't know, Thunderbolt Ross, Thaddeus Ross, you guys seen him all over the place. He's in all the movies or is talked about in all the movies. He, Zemo, Abomination, Taskmaster, U.S. agent who is John Walker, who is Captain America. They're creating the Thunderbolts. That's what they're doing right now. Red Hulk, we will see eventually. Okay, so let's see here. I totally lost my place. That is awesome. See, do you guys like this? How we can go back and forth between MCU and football? I do. I think it's fun. I can tell I'm pissing some people off because our viewership keeps going down. I mentioned the MCU, but I don't really care. I'm going to talk about what you guys want to talk about. I'm answering questions. We're going to do that. Okay, so let's see. Can I find it? Where is this? Not going to lie, watching Toby in the Spider-Man suit. Wow, that's my childhood. Yeah, me too. Okay, we're caught up. What do you think of Kong vs. Godzilla, Jake? Great question, Mark. Still have not watched it. I saw Godzilla in theaters. Saw it in the Regal. What is it? Not IMAX, but it's their version of IMAX. I don't remember what. RPX. Okay, so I saw it in RPX. Great way to see a movie. Okay, although I know I'm being contradicting and hypocritical because I came out with the video that basically said get rid of movie theaters. Not entirely, but you know what I mean. But RPX is pretty awesome, and I remember seeing Godzilla, and it's funny because Aaron Taylor-Johnson and Elizabeth Olsen are in it, Pietro and Wanda Maximoff. Anyway, saw Kong, the first King Kong. I did not see Kong Skull Island, so I don't know if you have to see that in the MonsterVerse or whatever, but I haven't seen that. I haven't seen the new one. I will eventually. I just finished The Boys. That's really what I've been doing. I watched The Boys, pretty much finished that in 3 days. Was obsessed with that show. Amazing show. Cannot wait for season 3. I'm not going to lie. I went on Disney Plus, explored, watched some animated Spider-Man 1990 series. Already finished that. Childhood. X-Men I've been watching a little bit of. And I'm going to start a Lord of the Rings and Hobbit and Harry Potter eventually watch through. Rewatch, so there's going to be that as well. So I'm trying to, I'm trying to keep up with all the entertainment, refresh my memory and all of that. I also, for those of you that don't know, you probably won't understand. But if you guys know Narnia, like The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, they reference that with the Turkish delights in episode 4 of Falcon and Winter Soldier. So that actually made me go back and be like, I didn't watch it, but I remember with the White Witch and Edmund and Mr. Tumnus, who was played by James McAvoy, who I didn't realize, and now I know. It blew my mind. They have Prince Caspian, but the thing that like actually blew my mind is when I realized that Prince Caspian and The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, those aren't the only movies. I saw those and I loved those movies as a kid, but apparently they came out with the Voyage of the Dawn Treader and I never saw it. I know I'm sounding like a complete nerd, but I don't really care. Just thought that was really cool. Anyway, I did not see the Godzilla and King Kong movie, unfortunately, but I appreciate you asking. I will see it at some point. But yeah, I haven't seen it yet, unfortunately. You guys are all asking me about that movie. Now I have to see it. Bolt up accounts are bots. That's funny. What do you think about mid-season trailer for Falcon Winter Soldier? Oh, the one that came out today looks insane. John Walker, like in that like barn or like warehouse looking thing with Winter Soldier. I almost called him White Wolf. I mean, he's gonna be White Wolf eventually, right? Winter Soldier and Falcon. And I'm assuming they're going to fight him for the shield. I don't know. I'm pretty hyped, though. I cannot wait for episode 5, which apparently is going to have a huge cameo. So, who do you guys think the cameo of Falcon Winter Soldier will be? Drop that below, and I'm interested to read your thoughts on that. All right, you have a good shift, a green substance. Appreciate you. Thanks for stopping by. Don't get me wrong, I like John Wolford, but him as the future, nope, not buying it. Only delusional fellow Rams fans believe that. He's a stopgap quarterback. I might be a delusional Rams fan because if the Rams moved on from Matthew Stafford after 2 seasons, I'd be all for starting John Wolford. I'm just saying. I love it. MCU and Rams, you know it. Thunderbolts are certainly in the future phases. Yes, they are. Do you think the scene where Sam is practicing with the shield outside his sister's house is at the end of the finale? Good question, Nick. Now, I don't know for sure, but I do think that Sam is going to get it in episode 6. Episode 5, I still kind of feel like... I still actually feel like Sam's going to get it in episode 5, right? I would assume so. I guess we'll find out, but I think he'll get in episode 5. It sure seems it's going that way. After that, oh my God, that ending of episode 4, you're putting it on Disney Plus. Look, I'm not PG complaining or anything like that. I was just shocked, and I was enjoying the moment. I felt so bad for Nico because this dude, they do the whole let's, tell his whole story because we're gonna kill him off at the end. Finding out his grandpa, his grandfather fought against the Nazis and was a hero, and he grew up a Captain America fan, and then being killed by Captain America in a warped way. Man, they really shedded the Disney label on that one. Okay. Hot take. Tom Holland is the best live-action Spider-Man. So... I kind of agree with you. The thing that's tough for me, though, is that they all played kind of different Spider-Man characters. Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are really the only ones that you can compare because they're somewhat in the same state of mind. They're like the same type of character. They're older. Tom Holland played a younger Spider-Man that's still in school. So I don't know if I can necessarily compare the 3. The 2 I can, and I would say Tobey Maguire. I will say there was more seriousness with Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man is more nostalgia-based, but it still feels somewhat dated at times. I love it, but I'm just being real. And I think Andrew Garfield is underrated. He's the least of the 3, but he's still a really good actor, and he did not get enough credit for what he did with that. And I also don't think Emma Stone got enough credit either as Gwen Stacy. but that'll leave that at that. And she's supposed to be coming back, I think. So that would be huge. If we get Spider-Gwen, I'm here for it. Do you think the scene where Sam... Okay, I just read that. Hey, Jake, I see that LeBron James is trying to recruit Steph Curry, Damian Lillard to the Lakers. It will never happen, but it would be a nice thought through. Yeah, I mean, it would be cool to see them. I don't really think you need them, though. I mean, look at what the Lakers did to the Nets without LeBron, AD, and Kuz. When they get them back, I think that's going to be entirely fine. So, you know. I rock with Holland. Agree with you there. Paul Charles, Dame said he'd never join a super team ever, and Steph, I just can't see leaving Golden State. That's kind of where I'm on that. Yeah, I could see Steph coming over. I don't know if I really want him to. I just feel like that's such super team, and I'm not really a fan of super teams. I'm fine with having your 2 stars, and that's it, but, you know. Did you notice in the trailer that the shield looks a little weird and has a new design on the star? I did not. That's a really good pickup there because I did not notice that. That's a nice job. That's some good stuff there. They said it's a known director playing a character we've never seen. Apparently, it will make us cry. That's a mouthful. I mean, I was thinking, John Krasinski, because, okay, so recently, the guy came out and doubled down on it, saying it was a well-known performer and that, initially the Rihanna vibe started happening, and that Rihanna could be playing Mystique or it could be playing Storm. But it sounds to me like now they've gone back and said, double down on the fact, but they've now added the the details of the fact that it's going to be a award-winning actor. So unfortunately, John Krasinski, who I think is an award-winning actor, by like who he is, he has not won an award unless we're counting, the Writers Guild Associates Award or whatever, which I'm not. So I think that rules him out. My 2 guesses, if you guys watched the video, and if you guys don't, be sure to check out my Falcon Winter Soldier videos. I do put a lot of time and effort in those. If you're interested in that topic, definitely check those out. Help me out with that. Anyway, so with that, I had John Krasinski and as Reed Richards, which is like a perfect casting. It should happen tomorrow. And then I had the Punisher guy from Netflix, and I don't know. I just kind of felt like those were the 2 best options if they're not going to go X-Men. If they're going to go X-Men, then put Wolverine in. There's no better way to make everyone cry than have Hugh Jackman reprise his role as Wolverine. I would die. It'd be crazy. So if we're casting Wolverine, and I think I'm going to do a fan casting video. I'm going to cast the rest of the MCU spots, probably do that at some point. I've already done it before, so I'll just turn it into one video. But if I could pick anybody as Wolverine and it couldn't be Hugh Jackman, I'm going with Daniel Radcliffe. Yes, Harry Potter. Look, first off, he needs to shed that label. I know he's been trying to. He's done a great job. He's been in some wacky movies. He's played a wacky dude. The Woman in Black, I think it is, that he was in. And then he was in Now You See Me and Now You See Me Too, which I thought he was tremendous in. So this is a great way to kind of shed that label. He's kind of that burly, like he's got like that facial hair. He's more comic book, animated series, height-wise, like everyone, like the biggest complaint about Hugh Jackman from people that, read the comics was that he was too tall. So if you go out and get, I almost said Andrew Garfield. If you go out and get Daniel Radcliffe, I don't think he's too tall. Actually, he's pretty short. So I think he'd make a good Wolverine there. Plus, there's a Photoshop where you can see him. It's a perfectly done mock-up of him as Wolverine, and I can't unsee it now. So I will die on that hill, simply put. Captain America, I think, will make an appearance. So if you guys follow me on Twitter at JKBoganDTSN, I did come out today and say that I don't think Steve Rogers is dead. There's just too much there. So he became old. Like, who's to say he didn't go back in time? Like, or come out of the time loop or whatever in a different point. Like, I don't know. None of that feels, there's no finality there. And so I do think they were kind of poking fun at, hiding things in plain sight. with the simple fact that they had Torres, who eventually becomes Falcon in the comics. We'll see how he does in this Falcon and Winter Soldier TV series. But they were hiding it in plain sight, I think, because he comes out and says, some people are saying, there's this conspiracy that Steve is on the moon. It's like, I don't think that's a conspiracy. I don't. Like, I think they're doing something there. I think they're hiding something in plain sight. So maybe you guys disagree with me on that. Let me know on that. You know me, I'm full of theories. Okay, so that made me think it would be T'Challa, but it's a character we've never seen before. Those dudes look like it was about to go down in that warehouse. Yes, it's only Monday, guys. How the hell am I going to make it through this week? I need to see episode 5, like, so badly. I meant to say character. Hey, Jake, do you remember the Batman and animation series? The voice of the Joker was Mark Hamill. Yes, I do. Mark Hamill does a great job as Joker. I think he did Joker in Arkham, like the Arkham games. That's my favorite Joker's tough, because why did they make so many great Jokers? I mean, even Jared Leto in Justice League, not the Justice League, but the true Justice League Snyder Cut, even Jared Leto was good. He wasn't the best, but he was good. I liked that, like, at the ending, like, I don't know. He plays a good Joker, I guess. I'm interested to see how that goes. Probably goes nowhere. Oh, do you guys ever watch Film Theory in regards to the Snyder Cut? Film Theory is amazing. They will go to crazy lengths to prove these theories, and then of course they're just like, that's just a theory or whatever at the end. But this is interesting. Okay, so hear me out when I say this. So Film Theory, they did a video on the Snyderverse and how they were saying how in the Justice League, or the Justice League with Joss Whedon, that is actually canon as well as the Snyderverse. Now, hear me out when I say this. This is a very interesting theory, and all credit goes to Film Theory. But Film Theory was making the argument that in Justice League, that is basically, so the ending of the Snyder Cut, right, like, is the end of the world type deal, right? That is actually the ending of the Justice League. They're showing you what the alternate ending would have been, because what they're saying is that with Joss Whedon's Justice League, like, there's a lot that goes into this, but they made a mistake in that Batman didn't really know, like, what the big deal was with God, I can't remember her name, Lois Lane. So Lois Lane dies in the alternate universe. She dies, and so because she dies, Superman becomes evil and teams up with Darkseid. So that's how you get that really weird ending of the Snyder Cut, that alternate ending. So essentially, what Film Theory was saying is that Flash is able to go back in time, warn Bruce, because you can see when he goes through the portal, he's trying to warn Bruce something about Lois Lane or whatever. You have to save Lois, all that. He warns him, and then you have the Snyderverse, because the Justice League, you don't even get to see Darkseid, and Steppenwolf is, we won't even get into that. But in the Snyder Cut, you do see Darkseid, and they're like ready, like Bruce Wayne's ready. So I don't know. I gotta give credit to Film Theory. They do a really nice job. A childhood Cap fan got bodied by Captain Homelander. Good job, Marvel writers. Yeah, Homelander. What can I say about Homelander, man? I love that character, but God, he is messed up. So messed up. My favorite on that is probably Starlight. I love Erin Moriarty and, like, the job that she does on that show. That dynamic that she creates. A lot of tension between the two. Random, but I'm still at a loss that Macaulay Culkin and Brenda Song had a kid. Yeah, and I didn't know they were Rams fans. Jason Momoa as Wolverine. Let's get it. That'd be interesting. I'm still all in on Daniel Radcliffe. Thunderbolts seems pretty obvious. So, what do you think will be the Thunderbolts team? So, I think Red Hulk, Thunderbolt Ross, of course. I think Zemo. I think John Walker as U.S. agent, probably gonna get a black Captain America like suit. Abomination, Taskmaster, and maybe Yelena Belova. I don't know how that'll work, but I hope not. I hope she is more of an Avenger, but we'll see. Ooh, Jason too tall. Nah, I feel like Jason Momoa is a better Kraven the Hunter. Ooh, I like that. I do like that. Who did I have as Kraven the Hunter? I'll read to you. I have a list that I made. Let's see here. Okay, so I have Pedro Pascal as Kraven the Hunter. I had Daisy Ridley as Black Cat, Ewan McGregor as Sentry, Hayden Christensen as Captain Britain, Liam Neeson as Galactus, Rosario Dawson as Storm, Bill Burr as Sandman, or what's his name? I forgot. I was going to say his name and try to be cool, but apparently I forgot his... Whatever. Mark Hamill as Chthon, Adam Driver as Ghost Rider, Harrison Ford as Old Ghost Rider, Keira Knightley as Namora, John Boyega as Jakara, who is actually T'Challa's brother in the comics. And I do think they should at least. And they should introduce Jakara, but stay away from that like weird storyline how he gets all like mutated from like the vibranium. I think that's stupid. Ian McDermott is MODOK, and Cameron Monaghan is Nova. And if you guys are wondering why every one of those people I listed are from the Star Wars series, whether it be TV show or movie, it's because I did a exercise where I could only take Star Wars actors and actresses and pair them with a spot in the MCU. And that's what I did. So, okay. I hate that you want Harry Potter as Wolverine. I'm sorry. I do though. Like really badly. Like if I could make it happen like with just I would do it. I wish the Russo brothers see the success of the Snyder Cut and release a longer cut of Endgame, but it's not necessary because Avengers wasn't a mess. There you go. Wait, actually, I agree with you. And I'm glad they didn't... I wouldn't want to see Red Hulk because that would have been stupid if they turned Hulk into Red Hulk. Because that... No, stop. But Nova, because there was apparently an uncut, or rather, it was cut from the actual cut, but Nova was apparently in the movie. Like there was a scene for Nova, and it didn't air. Like they got rid of it. So I'm really curious to know who is playing Nova and what his role will be moving forward. I think he's going to be regarding, we'll probably see him in Guardians of the Galaxy or something like that. But I don't know. I found that really interesting. Jake, where can I find the new Justice League movie? I want to see it. You can find it on HBO Max. Nick, thank you. Momoa could be a couple MCU characters. Yeah, Momoa's got that like big bot. Like he could be Ben Grimm, and he could be the Thing, or he could, I don't know, he could be all sorts of guys. I mean, really, if we're being honest here. Yeah, Daisy Ridley is Black Cat. I would really like that. Very much so. Felicia Hardy. She could pull it off. Jake, do you think that the Legion of Doom in the Justice League movie series, they will have the Legion of Doom in the Justice League movie series? Well, the Snyder Cut, I don't know if they're going to make multiple. So the Snyder Cut is just going to be the Snyder Cut, like, until we know. I don't know if they're going to show that. They did show Lex Luthor a little bit, but that's really it. Jake, do you think that Y will have the... Okay, I just read that. Where does Margot Robbie belong in the MCU? Good question. Sue Storm, maybe? Problem is, you're running out of these powerful female characters in the MCU. Leo? Yeah, I'd be down for Leo. You ever see The Revenant? That is like literally a masterclass on acting. Ridley as Black Cat would put her in a different light. Right where they are going. Right, where are they going with Nova? Totally agree with you. Like, I want to know. Like, where are they gonna go with Nova? Like, what is the plan there? Because I mean, they wouldn't have mentioned it if like that's kind of my thought. I'm confused where they're going with it. I love this conversation though. Gotta say, digging it. I mean, we're gonna wrap up soon, but definitely digging this conversation. Deadpool Spider-Man movie. Hell, I want a crossover between DC and Marvel. I don't think that's ever gonna happen. Oh, Black Adam. Yeah. I'm not really a big fan of what DC's doing, but Flashpoint in 2021 with Ezra Miller starring as Flash, that to me is their golden ticket. That was also part of the film theory. They could use that to go back in time and change everything. Michael Keaton is already confirmed for that as the old Batman, so that movie has potential. And also Shazam 2 is going to be pretty good too. And let me check, because I know there's Ram fans in here. Let me check if hold on 1 second. Okay, so the Kurt Warner story, American Underdog, the Kurt Warner story, played by the same guy that Zachary Levi, that is, he's actually playing Shazam. Dennis Quaid is going to play Dick Vermeil. Chance Kelly will play Mike Martz. I'm gonna find more on this. We don't have a lot of news on this, but hey, those are pretty big names. You got Zachary Levi playing Kurt Warner, Dennis Quaid playing Dick Vermeil. Yeah, Chance Kelly playing Mike Martz. I want to see the full cast here. We have a Hy-Vee customer uncredited. A Barnstormer cheerleader, Ram fan uncredited. UNI Panthers coach, man in chicken suit. Reporter. Mark Hamill is MODOK. That'd be funny. Phase 1, 2, 3. I really want to see Ghost Rider in the MCU already. I want the motorcycle riding Ghost Rider, but being Chicano, I want the new muscle car riding Ghost Rider because that's Mexican too. I really want to see Adam Driver as Ghost Rider. I think that'd be a nice casting, personally. Tis I, a Rams fan. Thanks, Nick. Mark Hamill as MODOK. Yeah. Yeah, I'm really hyped for the American Underdog, the Kurt Warner story. I'll do a video on that. We had him on the Downtown Rams podcast, and he talked about it. Really excited for that movie. What was I gonna say? I'm gonna look up the Multiverse of Madness on IMDb and see if there's any casting that's confirmed. Apparently, we're getting Christian Bale in the Thor: Love and Thunder. It's gonna be the main antagonist. Yeah, Captain Marvel 2 will be part of Phase 5. Yeah, for whatever reason, they're making a Sean Payton movie. I don't understand that. Like, okay, the dude was part of a bounty scandal. Like, all right. So the only ones confirmed for Doctor Strange: The Multiverse of Madness at this moment on IMDb, you have Elizabeth Olsen as Wanda Maximoff / Scarlet Witch, Rachel McAdams as Dr. Christine Palmer, Benedict Cumberbatch as Dr. Stephen Strange, Chiwetel Ejiofor reprising his role as Mordo, Benedict Wong as Wong, and Chiwetel Gomez playing America Chavez. But that is it as of right now. We have not seen one leak on that movie, guys. That movie is crazy. Like that, they are keeping that tied up in wraps, let me tell you. Let's check out Thor: Love and Thunder, which will come out after that in May 6, 2022. So Nebula is confirmed. Thor is confirmed. Russell Crowe is going to play an unconfirmed role. Gore the God Butcher is what Christian Bale is going to play. Chris Pratt's confirmed as Peter Quill / Star-Lord. Jane Foster is Mighty Thor. Matt Damon is actor Loki. Tessa Thompson as Valkyrie. Yeah. That is that. What about Guardians 3? Anything on that? 2023. Jeez, we're not even going to get it. 2023. Mantis. Okay, the usual here. Yeah. Emma Stone, I think, is confirmed. Let me look at Spider-Man. 1 second. Spider-Man No Way Home. So the cast, it's not going to say Tobey Maguire or any of them. I'm just warning you right now, but they're definitely going to be in it. So we have Peter Parker, of course, played by Tom Holland, Zendaya as MJ, Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange, Marissa Tomei as May Parker, J.K. Simmons is reprising his role as J. Jonah Jameson, Jamie Foxx as Max Dillon / Electro, Alfred Molina as Dr. Otto Octavius, Dr. Octopus, Jacob Batalon as Ned Leeds, Tony Revolori as Flash Thompson, and that's all we have so far. Emma Stone, I believe, was confirmed, though. I will look that up. I mean, not confirmed, like, by IMDb, but, like, Emma Stone, Spider-Man 3. Okay. So apparently her pregnancy could... Okay. So they're saying, like, her pregnancy could impact or affect her MCU appearance. So, because Emma Stone was set to film for Damien Chazelle's Babylon, but suddenly dropped out due to scheduling reasons. However, the real reason for Stone exiting the role was revealing to be her recent pregnancy. Huh. Now, good question. I don't know when Ned will become... I think he'll become Hobgoblin, but What was I gonna say? Oh, Kirsten Dunst. Is she gonna be in Spider-Man? Okay, Spider-Man 3. We'll see the return of Andrew Garfield, Kirsten Dunst, Doc Ock report says. Okay, Kirsten Dunst will be back. Man, I don't even know how they're going to pull this multiverse stuff off, but I can't wait. That's all I got. There's nothing else here, but you know, we're going to keep up with this, and we're going to be following it. We're going to be doing all sorts of videos. Be sure, if you like what you're hearing about the MCU, that you take a look at some of the videos that I have after this. Have you seen the guy who was the Postmates driver in Atlanta tweeted that he delivered to Andrew Garfield? Andrew Garfield in Atlanta while No Way Home is filming there? Let's see. Driver's Ghost Rider. That's interesting. Yeah. Jake, have you ever seen a movie called Jojo Rabbit? If not, you got to watch it. I recently watched it the first time. It's really good. Interesting. I've heard about it. I've never seen it before, but... Oh, man, we're hitting that hour. It's almost 11 here. It's going to be 11 in a minute. But hey, you know the drill. Tomorrow I'm off. Not off. Funny me. I'm not off tomorrow because I do have to work my full-time job. But I will say this. Tomorrow I'm off of this. I will still be making video content. So when I don't live stream on Tuesdays, that's my day to just focus nonstop on that. Oh, Jesus, Jared Cook. Why? Why are you the way that you are? Anyway, so we're going to focus on content. We're going to do, maybe we'll, okay, so you guys drop down below right now what videos you'd like me to drop. What videos you'd like me to work on. Because I have an idea of what I want, but I want to hear what other people want. It's not guaranteed I'll do those videos, but I want to see what you guys are saying, and I'll try to do my best to get them done. Bryson Hopkins one's been pushed back because it's a lot to do those film breakdowns. So, you know, doing the best I can with that. I mean, I'm kind of doing a show on the MCU, right? You guys are perfect. Can I just say that right now? You guys are freaking perfect because I wanted this to be a clash between sports and entertainment. I wanted this to be football and I wanted this to be MCU. And somehow, some way, even though I kept answering Rams questions and kept answering football questions, you guys then, without me even saying anything, changed the conversation to MCU. That is why I love you. What kind of MCU movie videos? Jake, with the new uniform, do you want a completely new uniform or just different colors on our new current uniform? So I'm literally open to whatever. And people might hate it, but look, I like the base uniform right now. If they want to add, personally, my favorite would be going with the sole top and having, you know, the interchangeable pants, of course. So I'd go with the sole top, like the yellow top. And then for 2022, I would go with a black uniform with, it's like an LA Knights like this, but instead of like the Lakers, where I guess this is a bad example. Because this isn't the LA Knights, this is the Mamba edition. So with the LA Knights, they have the yellow, the purple, and the black. Okay, I want the Rams to do yellow, blue, and black, and I think that would work very well. I saw an old school 1949 red and yellow, and I'd be all for that as well. Because, look, I don't really care at this point, I just don't want to see more of the fearsome foursome era Rams colors because I've already seen that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at on that. But if someone asks me again, why on earth would the Rams ever go to black because they've never worn black before? I'm going to like lose my mind because literally black and red was their first uniform color. Like, you kill me. We're getting more viewers. I was literally about to head off and now we're getting more viewers. What gives? Is it because I started talking about the Rams? Oh man. Well, I hope you guys are enjoying this. Let's see. $5,000 sub special on why you don't like Jared Cook. Oh god. Why do you love Jared Cook? Like what is your obsession? Why are you obsessed with Jared Cook? I mean, Luke, you're my guy, but like what? I don't know. Anything else, folks, before I head off? Any questions, comments, concerns, video ideas, anything? Yes. Yes, it would. LA Knights black would be sick. I would like a video on the smaller quarterbacks like Drew Lock, Gardner, and Jameis. I would say Drew can upgrade. Interesting. Just keep doing you, Jake. That's what I plan on doing, my guy. At some point or another, I will be going back to live streaming. I just set up, what was it? I got Elder Scrolls Online. I'm horrible at it, and to be honest with you, I'm not fully into it, but, you know, I could stream that. Will definitely stream Godfall again, since people seem to like that. But we'll go back to game streaming and all that, but I got a lot of work to do as far as the draft. I want to prepare for that, get you guys the best show possible. You guys are all, but before I get off here, let's have an understanding here. You guys are all going to tune in to my draft content, right? Draft day, our show, me, Alexis, and Adam. You guys are, you got me, right? Like, you guys are going to show up. I know what you mean, Shot by Nolan. I know what you mean. It's going to be right on this channel. So all of our draft, like, we're going to do day 1, day 2, and day 3. So it's going to be a live stream of the entire draft. We're going to give our thoughts on the picks. Feel free to watch the TV, but then also come over here, get our takes on it. We're going to be doing it all day, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We're going to have all sorts of other content that comes out afterwards. But essentially, this is going to be on this. It's going to be on AJ's show platform. It's going to be on Alexis Craft's. I totally lost my train of thought. It's going to be on Alexis Craft channel. It's going to be on Adam Steele, so my cousin's channel. We're going to be streaming it everywhere. We want to catch everybody. We want to be on every platform. We want to be on every channel. This is how we're going to do it. We're going to catch everyone in this giant net. I'm excited. Apparently, you guys are pretty excited too because you got my back. Let's go. Flex on them. Let's go. Who's excited? Come on now. I'm pretty excited. I'm not going to lie. I like talking. I just have to show up and talk. Also, another reason I'm really excited, I might even do a video on it. I'm getting a new computer. I don't know if I told you guys this. So, I remember I said that I was going to save up for a laptop. I was going to save up for the M1X. Because there's a chip deficit, the silicon chips that go in the computer, there's a deficit. So all of those M1 chip Mac laptops for like the next ones, right? Like, so you have the M1 out right now, and that's great, but the M1X was going to come out and the M2 was going to come out, and now looks like they're going to get pushed back to next year. So I decided to go out and get an M1 Mac Mini. It's going to come tomorrow. I can't freaking wait. It's way faster. I'm going to get way more done. I'm going to have videos coming out the wazoo. I'm going to be editing stuff like crazy. It's going to be a blast. I might even get back to writing. I don't know about that, but I'm really excited. So if you guys have any questions on that, I might do a video on an M1 Mac Mini, because I did so much research and I'm so excited. Literally has the same memory as this computer. It's 16 gigabytes of RAM, but the thing with the Mac Mini, because the M1 chip, is that things work together better in the Mac ecosystem. So you have, when I use Safari and I use Final Cut Pro and I use Logic Pro, things are going to work better. It's going to go quicker. It's going to process faster, and I don't have to worry about running up. Like right now, guys, I have 3.66 gigabytes of RAM left. I'm using a ton of it. Well, let's see, about 40 CPU going on with this over here. This is my monitor. You guys can't see it, but it's a big monitor. It's 49 inches long. But this one here, there's about 40% of CPU is being used in Streamlabs. So when I get the Mac Mini, things are going to work better. I still might use this computer just to stream, and then I'll use the Mac Mini for other things. But I'm very excited, guys. I can't tell you enough. I got this computer for over $3,000 in 2017. Right before my first Senior Bowl appearance, and it's been amazing. And I love this laptop and what it's done for me, but I'm so ready for an upgrade. And you guys know I like upgrading equipment. I've upgraded this camera. I used to use a stupid webcam, and you guys didn't see that because, I mean, I started, way down the rungs, but I got this EOS M50 Canon camera. You can find all of my setup in the description below, but I think that's going to do it. And we are still doing the PS5 giveaway. I'm not giving that away until I have a bunch of people in there, because right now it's not big enough. We are giving away a PS5 on this channel. We are doing it. So follow the description instructions, and we will be giving that PS5 giveaway away. That's going to be fun. We'll do a live stream with that. What about a fitness routine video from diet to exercise? I'm not a vlogger type of... Here's the problem. Vlogging would be a problem because my Canon will only record 30 minutes of video and then stop after 30 minutes. So that would be a pain. Hey, Shop by Nolan, I'm telling you right now, the M1 chip is a game changer. If you're looking for a big boost and upgrade, you definitely want to go out and get that M1 chip product. And guys, because we know the chip deficit, because essentially with COVID, it stopped production, or rather slowed down production, and then you had the boom where everyone was going out, their mother was going out and getting a new laptop or a new console or anything. Well, guess what? All of those things need silicon chips. So because of that, there was a chip deficit. And now because of the chip deficit, every one of those new products that Apple is going to release is being pushed back to next year. So this is your opportunity. Go out and get a Mac Mini M1, get that chip. It's basically a small computer. It's your desktop. You plug it into a monitor and boom, you have your Mac. It's like having a computer. It is a computer. It's like having a desktop. It's very, very small. You can literally bring it anywhere. It's so portable. The only thing is that you need to have a monitor to plug it into. That's the only drawback. And for me, I have a 49-inch monitor here. I have 2 monitors here for work that I'm not going to obviously use for the Mac. But my point is, I have monitors galore. Monitors are an issue. You can get a cheap monitor, depending on what you're looking for like around $130. That will do. So I might do a video on that. Don't think you read the rest of my comment. I said I'll volunteer to receive it. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I did notice that. Where do I find instructions for PS5? I don't see in the description. Let me check. Better be in the description. I hope to God it is. I put all that in there. Yeah, so Luke, if you're on a phone, you might have to click the bottom and then it'll open it up. But it's gonna say, you know, the dual live stream of sports and sports entertainment. You knew it was coming. Let's talk NFL, NFL draft, Falcon Winter Soldier, and the single digit numbers thing, which we didn't even talk about. I hate it. That's all that needs to be said. I'll try and answer all questions I possibly can again tonight. I think I did that pretty well. Then it says get 20% off free shipping from our sponsors at manscaped.com by using promo code JKB or DTR. And then below that, it says don't forget to enter the PS5 giveaway. Follow JK Bogan at JK Bogan DTSN, at the AJ Show Live on Twitter. Subscribe to this channel and the AJ Show on YouTube. And boom, you're entered. I will check. So... yeah. You guys are probably wondering how the hell I have so much energy. I'm wondering that myself. Okay, so I think that's going to do it, guys. Enter the PS5 giveaway. Tell your friends. Share it around. We're doing this thing, okay? So... yeah. Shot by Nolan, what is your Twitter handle? Jake, why no more fitted caps? Great question. So I didn't really have confidence in my hairstyle, and I never got it cut. That's literally why I kept wearing a hat. I think they look nice on me, but I really prefer going with this hairstyle and getting a fresh cut. Now that I'm in the rhythm, no one can stop me. You guys found me at like kind of a weird spot in my life. I was kind of depressed. You couldn't really tell. I don't really let you guys see that on camera. So eventually, at some point or another, I started this workout regimen with my trainer, Alex Zamora. You can go follow him. It's Alex Zamora on Twitter. But he's been huge for me, and I lost 30 pounds since December. I went from 195 to 165. And now I have all the confidence in the world in myself, so... that's that. That's why I don't wear a hat. I know that sounds pretty crazy. Talk about Bo. At Sean Lennon. Okay. Have I been following you? Bro, you're like one of my favorites on here. You're like a huge... you're like the bed... you're Bushido Brown. Bruh. Of course I follow you. Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, Shot by Nolan, you're one of the backbones of this channel. I want you to know that. So are you, Henry Ford. All of you are, but I had to... people that are constantly in this... I mean, I could say Luke, I could say Vixper, I could say Paul Charles. Guys are always in here. Always. No matter what I'm talking about. Whether it's MCU or football or foreign hockey. I've never talked about foreign hockey, but you guys would be in here. Junkyard Dog. You rock, bro. You rock. All right, guys. This has been fun. I've really enjoyed this. I needed it. Not saying my day hasn't gone well, because it's gone very well. I got a fresh cut. I went to the gym. Pretty good day, right? But I really do enjoy talking with you guys. It's been a minute since we've gone on here. And not to mention, I know well, actually, I don't think anybody complained about it. So it looks like we got a really nice stream today. Not just in the content we talked about, not just in the fact that I was able to actually answer everyone's question, not just the fact that the average watch time per viewer was 7:10, which is really, really, really good. 344 total views. We still have, 16 viewers right now. not just all that, but the fact that like I didn't have any lag. We're on we're on super low latency, because I think that's important. I'm trying to interact with you guys in a quick manner, and when we have some latency, it's hard to do that. But we're on super low latency, running in 60 frames, haven't dropped frame once, and we're at 43% capacity CPU and haven't had any issues. So I'm really excited for the laptop, or not the laptop. I'm really excited for the computer tomorrow. The stream was straight. Appreciate you. But yeah, if you guys want, you can go follow me at JKBoganDTSN. If you guys want, I'll post the Discord channel. Let's see here. I should just bring my Stream Deck home at this point, because I like streaming at my home office. Don't get me wrong, love my office, love the setup, but there's nothing better than coming home from the gym and just being home, being able to just stream here, you know? Let's see. I'm getting that link for you guys. All right, Discord channel. Apparently, the link is going to expire in 7 days. I don't know why. I just want a never expire link. Jesus. Okay. There you go. Hit that. Join that. We'll keep in touch. Also, JK Bogan, DTSN. And be sure to check out my new videos. And if you're a Rams fan, be sure to check out the Downtown Rams podcast. Can't shout anything out anymore. Otherwise, I'm going to come off as a jerk. And I don't want to do that. So, I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Hello, Galaxy Gaming. I'm sorry I'm leaving, but hello. And I will talk to you guys soon. You guys take care. Later.